I've changed things around a little bit. I've decided to take a cav unit and get the cav a little experience. I'd like to get that unit up a little bit. And we're going to do Rendezvous. Now, Rendezvous is a great little mission. We're going to get 8.6 to 1, a kill ratio of 8.6 to 1 in this battle, and wipe the enemy out. In my mind, this is almost like an ideal battle, especially the results. But everything starts to come together about now, because we're starting to get units that can actually fight and fight well. It's not just that they have good weapons, it's that they have the efficiency to be able to use those weapons. So that's the entire thing. And I'm starting to build an army that I want, which is cav and artillery and skirmishers and a combined arms force that is capable of fighting and taking the battle to an enemy. So what I do is I'm awaiting on my reinforcements, which I pretty much always do. And so I'm just going to not just fast forward, but skip time till the enemy shows up. So this is in double speed because, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's just anytime the enemy attacks, I retreat. Anytime they retreat, I advance. So, it's skirmishers go against skirmishers, ideally, which they're doing right now. And, we're just going to pick the enemy apart for a while until my reinforcements come in. And it's really nice to have these skirmishers out so you can see what the enemy is doing. These skirmishers have much greater visibility than your infantry. So I can kind of keep an eye on them and just patiently wait for the rest of my army to show up. Or, in this case, the enemy makes what I think is a mistake and I punish him for it. So while I'm waiting on my reinforcements. So I'm kind of antsy hoping that my reinforcements get here. Yeah, this battle's about to kick off. There's no way that I'm not going to get attacked. So I'm going to put 2 units against 1. I'm going to call them divisions, but they're not. They're just units. And hopefully I'll lure this guy into an attack with my skirmishers. Yep, and it's about to all break loose. So that infantry unit took a shot to the side, and he's charging, so I'm falling back. And he actually gets into the woods just in time to receive a couple volleys. That guy fell back too far. Yeah, if you hit fall back, they fall back quite a distance, and I really didn't want him to fall back that far. I just failed to stop him. But that's okay. He gets up in time to put a volley into this guy, and that guy's going to take a volley from 2 units, and he's not going to do well. Meanwhile, the guy on the left is going to get flanked, and he's going to get severely lowered in morale and condition. I'm still looking for my troops to come in, but on the strategic map, I can see there are no dots on the, in the corner of the map. So I see 3 units and 2 skirmishers, and they can barely defend themselves. And the guy on my left is really in trouble because I can just keep flanking him and keep putting flanking fire into him because he's over there all by himself. He's definitely doomed. The skirmishers are doing great work. And I can just keep driving the guy on the left, just keep punishing him. And that's what this game is about. You just keep grinding the enemy down into nothingness. And that guy's doomed. I mean, he's going to get flank shots all the way to the corner of the map if he keeps this up. And the charging unit is also doomed. And notice how fast my units turn direction when I tell them fire at that guy. They turn and fire almost instantly. It's devastating. And fortunately, as usual, the skirmisher makes the enemy lose its mind and charge. And now I need is for the reinforcements to come up and we can really start this battle. This has just been the warm-up so far. Just punishing the enemy for stepping out into the open. That unit is down to 545 and getting just slaughtered. And all I have to do is keep the pressure on that guy and he'll just break. Okay, that guy's feeling brave. Mr. 900, soon to be less than 900. So yeah, I can't run the entire way across the board, so I'm going to start to walk. And I really, really, really want that cav to come up on the left side because I see that supply wagon, and I would like to pick up that supply wagon. So at this point, we're just getting started, and my artillery hasn't even gotten into the battle. And it's not a battle for me unless the artillery is firing. Come on, Cav. Need you to get up there. There's a supply wagon. So the infantry and artillery feels like it's taking forever to get to the front line. There's a huge opportunity here if they would just show up to the battle. And I take my cav behind him and fire a flanking shot. Come on, break him. Yep, and there he goes. So now he has 2 infantry units and a cav that can just pester him. So I want to go ahead and scarf up the supply unit. Maybe get into the woods, that'd be nice. And it still feels like a mile between my reserves, or my reinforcements, and the front line. I would really like to get that artillery into the battle, and it's not. It's so far removed. Okay, he has another fresh unit that wants to charge. That's great. I'd love to encounter him out in the open, get him out of the woods. Yep, we have an opportunity to get the reinforcements up, and that could be really good. Yep, he shows up just in time to put a volley into the guy in the open, and that's just perfect. So my cav showed up at just the perfect time to pitch into the battle, and the infantry showed up. Now if I can just get the artillery. So it's about time my cav started working, and the way it's really best, which is dismounted skirmishers. And dismounted skirmishers in the woods are going to be particularly effective. They are fast, and they reload fast, and that guy can do some great work. And over here, I can pile up 3 infantry units firing into one of his units at a time and just do really good damage. Yep, stay out of hand-to-hand fighting and just keep throwing volleys into the enemy. And I don't want to run through the woods. That would rather just walk, because the enemies will go to, or your units will go to 0 condition. So at this point, we need to just walk and fire volleys. I like the Cav and the Skirmisher are both there. If the Cav unit gets in trouble, the Skirmisher can pitch in. Yeah, if those 2 units on the other side of the river had been just a little bit faster, we could have inflicted a lot more casualties on the enemy as they tried to retreat across the river. Could have caught more of them in the water. That one guy, 229, he gave up. Couldn't take any more. So that's good. But unfortunately, my army is getting a bit exhausted. Yep, he shattered. So move my skirmishers over to the right because we're going to cross this river on a wide front. And I think that his units that are retreating should be completely exhausted and unable to fight, but I'm wrong. Apparently the AI can recover almost instantly from anything. So I'm thinking a couple volleys should break this guy, but no, he stands and fights for a while. Down to 200 guys and still fighting. Really amazing. So his unit on my right just squared off against his skirmisher unit in the woods, and I'm just going to fire into his flank and break him. Now my artillery can come across, and yeah. That's my goal, is to get my artillery into this battle somehow, to do some good work. And if I can drive that guy out of the woods, all my units will be in the woods, in cover, and his units will be out of cover. Yep, he's shattered. So I let those 2 guys, I was hoping they would recover some condition, but they didn't recover very much. And my artillery is in not bad position right now. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. Yeah, the exhausted unit isn't doing very much. I might as well let him set, and the Cav might as well get into a better location. He is not in a good position at all. He would do far better on the other flank, so we're going to move him around. Not in a hurry, because I can get my artillery a lot closer and get some kills for the artillery. That colonel does not need a lot more experience to get promoted to general. Yep, and there's the Cav. We can take all day and line up and fire a volley and get easy experience. Yeah, and in fact, they just shatter. So this is the last unit, I think. And some of my units have recovered really a lot of condition. So yeah, you let them rest for 10 or 20 minutes and they're back in the fight. So my cav unit can just fire volley after volley into them and get a lot of experience, and get one of my infantry units up here to maybe get some experience. Plenty of condition in the infantry unit there, so bring him up. But pretty much this is easy experience for my cav unit. Boy, that guy should get promoted. He has a lot of kills. Might be able to get him over 1,000. So yeah, this is the last guy, and 2 units rack up some easy experience. My artillery racking up, I guess, a few more. And that should just about wrap. That should be a wrap. So yep, 8.6 to 1. 5,500 casualties, lost 649. We have 10% medical, which brought that down. And yeah, perfect battle. I wish I had gotten the artillery into the battle a bit more. The artillery did not get as many kills as I wanted, only 200 and some, but a lot of my other units did really well. So big news is no officers got promoted. So that's no good. I wanted to get all those guys promoted. I didn't get any of them promoted. So, okay, we're up to almost $500,000, well, 450,000. And it's really easy to fix these guys up. Let's see, how much did the enemy gain? Well, more than they lost. And they keep hovering around 50,000 is the bottom number. And I can see by the training in the armory what kind of weapons they're going to basically have, which are going to be not reboard farmers, but not probably very good. Let's see. I really need to get army organization up so I can get 2,500 per unit very soon. And the rest of it should just be, fill this out with raw recruits as much as possible. I'm going to push him up with veterans. I think the reason is I want to, because he's so close to getting the next star. Yeah, I'm trying everything to get this guy the next star. But I'm going to give him veterans, maybe recruits. I don't know. If I give him veterans, he'll get that second star before the next big battle, and that's I need as many 2-star units as possible. So, and he's very close. So, how many units can I bring? I forgot. 6, only 6. Oh, this is a really fun battle because you get a lot of allied troops, and those are always fun. And it's another slaughter. It's another, you have plenty of time to get them all. So, yeah, and as usual, I'm only going to take what I can. Again, I really like to bump this one 24-pound howitzer up to oversized. And yeah, everybody gets experience. In fact, everybody's getting a lot of good experience. 43 to 50, 44 to 47, not bad. I can live with that. Yep, 43. Sooner we get these guys all to 50, the better. So, yeah, looks great and ready for the next battle.